I know what you meant to him. I know the gifts he gave you, I know. So you have 1 minute and a half.
The Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I'm glad that I've come to join all of you honorable colleagues to mourn the death of a great man, Mzee Moses Ali, whom I used to call Papa. During his primary, before primary, he told me he wanted to stand. I told him, but you look weak. He said, no, I'm not weak. He said the people will decide. So we went to the primary. In Adjumani, they had two factions. One was led by the commissioner now, Honorable Ababuku, and then he had people who were supporting him. So they were fighting, and he was almost losing that election. But His Excellency the President said, I can't let my brother, who cannot speak louder, be bruised by young people. Please go and join his side. So we won that election. Then in the general election, still they fronted the people against him. When they fronted the people against him, the president said the day before election, go back to Adjumani and conclude the game. So we won the game. So he has died. But I remember when I was in Adjumani he said, Bargohara, I'm giving you 2 goats. I'm not giving you as a minister, but as my son. Put them in your farm. I said, but Mzee, I have a Land Cruiser. I cannot carry goats. He said, I will give you a pickup to deliver goods from Adjumani.
Let's conclude on that.
To deliver goods from Adjumani to Kampala, probably you need a fuel of $1 million, and the goat is 300,000. But he said, no, this is a gesture. So that is how kind he was. But he said we should work on the bridge. I told MK, PLU, our government, if this government doesn't do it, we work on the bridge between Moyo and Adjumani, and we shall do that. So let's honor all elders when they are alive. Right Honorable Speaker, I want us to honor the elders like Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga. We should not talk good about them when they go. We should honor them when they are alive, and we should give them whatever they want when they are alive. God bless all of you. May you all rest in peace.
Honorable Ongalo, Obote. I know there are some classmates here, and I will give you 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the people of Teso, whom I represent in Cabinet, the people
of Ameria from West Nile.
Adopted. Right Honorable Speaker and the August House, I rise to support the motion that is paying tribute to General Moses Ali. General Moses Ali was like a father to me, an advisor. I remember when I was a PPS, he called me and he told me that you are too much of a public servant. You need to develop your political horizon. I didn't understand that. He said, you are the engine in this country. If you're working as a principal private secretary, there's so much you can do to support your president. And that is how I started politics. That is how I started engaging all the areas. That is how I supported and identifying students for scholarships. That is how I penetrated all districts as a PPS. And that is why people say that I was powerful, but it was because of Moses Ali. The second one, when I was in the Ministry of Trade, I had a challenge of sugar and the prices were rising. He called me and he said, withdraw their licenses. If they're raising all the prices, withdraw their licenses. And I threatened. And when I threatened, the prices went down. Recently, when I went through elections, unfortunately, I found him at the State of the Nation address. And I went and shook his hand. I wanted so much for him to celebrate my winning. But
thank you. Honorable Beatrice. Akelo?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm happy to pay tribute to our fallen hero from northern Uganda. On behalf of the people of northern Uganda, allow me bring heartfelt appreciations to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for granting our son an official burial. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I want to thank General Moses Hali. He was a statesman who dedicated his time to promote peace and development to the people of northern Uganda. He worked hand in hand with the government of Uganda to bring peace in Acholi, to bring peace in West Nile. We will not forget this legacy. Your Right Honorable Speaker, General Moses Hali served this nation with a lot of humility. I remember when I was RDC Noya around 2015, when General Moses Hali was the second Deputy Prime Minister. He came to my office when he was the second Deputy Prime Minister and the second leader of government business in Parliament. I was so surprised to see a general at that rank and that title to a small office of RDC. And he was talking about opening some road going to Adjumani, connecting Noya to Adjumani. Forever we shall remember him as a statesman. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity.
Thank you. The key point here is humility can take you to places. Honorable Drito, and then followed by woman MP Obongi.
My name is Adjito Martin Andy, and I represent the people of Upper Madi in Madi Okolo district, on whose behalf I second the motion. Right Honorable Speaker, the gentleman lying in front of us here in that casket is not an ordinary person. Moses Ali, as rightly said, is a household name not only in West Nile, but virtually in the whole of northern Uganda and Uganda. General Moses Ali was a very firm man, but a very fair person as well. A cadre of his nature is not someone we come to mourn. We come here not to mourn the life of General Moses Ali, but we come here to celebrate the life of an illustrious son of Madi, West Nile, and Uganda. As a young person, we were students at Namilian College. At the height of the difficult moments, we were stopped by the roadblock at Intinda. Fortunately, the gentleman lying there in the coffin was passing by. He came out of his vehicle, ordered the soldiers at the roadblock to release us immediately to continue back to school. And that was the fairness of this gentleman.
Thank you, woman MP Obongi. Honorable Jojo Harriet, is she there?
The Right Honorable Speaker,
Yeah.
I want to, on behalf of the people of Obongi, I want to say that we are mourning a giant, a statesman, a father, and the lion of the people of Madi sub-region and West Nile. He served this country throughout his life, from the bush to the parliament, from war to peace, and from controversy to reconciliation. He served this country in uniform with a lot of dedication and commitment, and served the chambers in various portfolios. Most importantly, late was a unifier, a voice for the voiceless. He leaves behind a legacy of resilience, sacrifice, survival, and service for the nation. A great tree has fallen, its state still remains. May I therefore urge all of us to mourn him with a lot of commitment and serve this country with a lot of dedication, and above all, for the people of Madi sub-region, we shall remember him and commit ourselves to ensure that the issue of construction of Laropi Bridge is concluded in his memory. May his soul rest in peace.
Honorable Joan Okia, then Honorable Emmanuel.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, with the passing of General Moses Ali, Uganda has lost a national icon. West Nile has lost a patriarch. During the presidential elections, His Excellency the President promised to grant West Nile a region of its own. It was our wish and our prayer that General Moses Ali would have lived to see this request granted, but we pray that His Excellency the President will grant that. As a nation of Uganda, we've also lost a piece of our institutional memory by the passing of the General. We want to, on behalf of the people of Madiokolo District, I stand to pay condolences to the family of the late General Moses Ali, to the people of Adjumani, and to Uganda, and I say, may the soul of General Moses Ali rest in eternal peace.
Thank you. We are changing the gear to 1 minute. Yes. Overdrive.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The size of a big tree is seen when it has fallen. And that is what we see in Moses Ali. I rise to support the motion, but to say that I am alive today because of General Moses Ali. In 1980, I was a student in Ombachi, and you all remember Ombachi was the scene of murder of very many people. Moses Ali was the person who asked the headmaster then, a priest, an Italian priest, to move the students from Ombachi to another place. And he even offered a lorry that transported us to Rhino Camp. And 1 week after that, there was that killing in Ombachi. And which means if we remained as students there, we would have been part of the victims, we would have died. I really want to thank him so much for saving our lives that time. And colleagues, members of parliament, and other leaders from West Nile, it is now upon us. I know that we have all been looking at this gentleman to defend us, to do everything for us. It's now for us to stand up. Individually, we can never match him. But when we work together, we will make sure that the void he has left is filled. I say this for God and my country.
Now I want to bring Honorable Balaam, I don't know whether he's here, one of the closest friends of General Moses Ali.